Hey kids, we're here. Welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. Well, welcome back. If this is your first time, then just welcome to Guitar Quackery Live. Guitar Quackery Live is this channel that you're watching right now. It's live, meaning it's a live stream that you're watching. And unless you're watching a replay, which I know you are since I don't have an audience right now. We're going to be doing some fretwork today on a guitar, and you can watch me. I also need to send a link to the customer, to the owner of the guitar, so he can watch me if he wants to. He's got time to watch me, or maybe he will watch a replay. Hold on, I gotta do many things on the phone at the same time, because I'm always multitasking. But no worries. I mean, this gives the audience the chance to log on, right? Something like that. Okay. So my phone keeps ringing, buzzing. Sometimes I silence it. I think I'm going to silence it again. But I just received a notification. Oh, yeah. So let me send the link. I almost forgot. To the owner of this guitar. Paste. Okay. Look at that. All right. So that's the thumbnail. Focus. Focus, please. Okay. And now I just send it. Goes out. And the man can watch me as I work on his guitar. Look at that. HRH is in the house. He says, Doctor, hello. Hello to you, Doctor. And I was going to do something. I was going to do what? I forgot. Old age is catching up. Yeah, I was going to do something. Oh, yeah, I was going to show you something. I know now. I have an Instagram account now, and this notification came in. So let me go on Instagram. Maybe I can show you here. Okay, I can show you from here. So let me open Instagram and check this out. Oh, there's a message, right? So that was the notification. Message. I don't see it. Maybe it's in requests? No. Oh, how do we go back? Oh, that's Cole Lumpkin. All right. So that's his message. Because I saw Cole Lumpkin. That's a guitar player here. He comes here. And I said, hey, I recognize this guitar, Doctor. Is this in focus? Right there. And then he says this. He says, Doctor, yes, with 2 S's, it plays better than ever since you fixed it up. It says right there. Here. So that's what he said. And the guitar was, which one? This one. This green guitar. All right. Cole Lumpkin. And we can close Instagram for now. Like I said, I want to... So this is the guitar. I want to silence the phone. Do not disturb. Okay, because people have been disturbing me. We'll get to work soon. All right. So this is the guitar. It's a hollow body, a semi-hollow. I'm sorry. Semi-hollow. Ibanez, and it's got uneven frets. So first things first, I'm gonna mark off the frets in red. with a red marker. Let's see. So what I do is I use these fret guards. I think this is going to be the right size for these frets. I'll take both. Let me see if this is the good marker. Okay, that's the one that's kind of annoying a little bit. And let's just do this. Oh, and by the way, I measure the radius of the frets of the fingerboard, and the frets, they are 12-inch radius. I can put my phone here carefully. So these two things, right? And let's see which one is a better fit. This one is going to be a better fit. So just mark them off in red. The AC is too cold. So you get to see the entire procedure. The frets are kind of terrible on this one. So not a usual Ibanez standard, I guess. So the reason why I use this is so that I don't hit the fingerboard with a red marker, obviously. So I measured the fingerboard radius. Now, because the frets are uneven and slightly over radius, we don't worry about the fret radius as it is now. I can correct the fret radius as I'm leveling, and it's going to match the fingerboard. And I'm assuming that the bridge is a 12-inch radius bridge. You cannot change the radius on this bridge. So I haven't measured that, to be honest, but I'm assuming. Yeah, so can we turn off the AC because it's really too cold? Yeah, can I turn off? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's too cold. All right, that's going to dry up. So to measure the fret radius, I used this radius gauge, 12-inch, and a feeler gauge. And like I said, I measured the radius of the fingerboard, right? Because we want to match it to that. So this is a match. It's a 12-inch. And here we have a 12-inch. I was just talking about you.
Really?
Yeah, I was just talking about you. I was showing them your Instagram post.
Oh, yeah.
This is called Lumpkin.
Got it right here.
Right. So I was just reading your Instagram post to them because you just posted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that's the guitar?
Guitar, man.
Yeah, show them, because I just showed them the guitar. That's called Lumpkin, like I told you. He comes here to rehearse. He's a customer of music makers, and he's a customer of Guitar Quackery. And that's the last guitar that I worked on. I was actually live streaming. I think I was live streaming, right? The work on this guitar?
Yeah, or no, we did it.
They can't hear you, because, yeah. That's the guitar, yeah. So they just saw the video, because I was playing the video like this, of you playing.
This thing plays like butter.
Yeah, so you like it high like this?
I do, and I took this off because I do like. I was gonna ask you, like, is this damaging the guitar? I kind of like the sound I get more from like control I get from like.
What did you take off?
Like the whammy bar. I like whammy
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
from like this kind of action.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was gonna ask, like, does that doesn't damage the guitar?
When do you finish your rehearsal? What time?
11.
So I'll be here. Let's talk then.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely, man. Boom.
Bye. All right. So now let's get to work. I have this straight leveling beam. I'm first going to do a light pass with this leveling beam. Sorry, my app is always right. Quick pass. Okay, because this is just gonna show me, and you see I'm doing like a X pattern. It's gonna reveal the high frets, the high spots on the high frets. And yeah, all right, I know you can't see, but it helps me understand the topography of the frets. And I always use this brush. Okay. So now I can see clearly where the dimples are, where the high spots are, and where the low spots are. So we have some high frets here. So this is a neck that's adjusted, but it seems like this part of the neck, which is the neck joint, kind of like creeped up or something. Well, it didn't creep up. It probably the neck bent over here a little bit. But the truss rod is cranked up a little bit, right? So it's not taking that off. So now that I understand what it is, I didn't do a 3D scan of this, by the way. I can go ahead and use the 12-inch leveling beam just to maintain 12-inch radius. Now this is slightly coarser sandpaper, so it's going to remove more material at once. And I don't want to do too many passes with this, and I really want to maintain the alignment, because if you don't maintain the alignment, what happens is you are changing the radius of the frets. So here I have this technique. On this side, sometimes I put a block, but I'm not sure if I can fit one on this style guitar. So I'm just being very careful here. And I am watching the edge of the leveling beam against the edge of the neck jig. So I want to make sure it's not moving. Let me think. I might be able to fit that little block here. Now I'm thinking of something. Yeah, let me see. So I have this block. It's just a piece of wood. Dr. Sean Barnes is here. He says, "Good evening, Dr. Quackery." Thank you very much, Dr. Sean. So did you catch the announcement on Instagram? I'm just curious. All right. So I'll maybe I'll use the clamp. I don't know. I don't need to use the clamp. So now with this block here, I gotta be careful because you know the body of the guitar is curved in 3 dimensions, so this is only touching it in 3 spots, which is sufficient. But you know I gotta make sure that I don't knock it off, right? Yeah. So now I feel more confident that this isn't going to shift at all. Oh, you want to close the door? Yeah, let's close the door. Hold on. Oh, care for the camera. All right. So, hold on. Yeah. All right. I'm going to have to install another camera here eventually when I buy one, like a permanent. We good? All right. You got it. All right. So, okay, we're good. All right. So this is how I do it, right? Just, and because we have a hump here, I keep checking this part, and also I keep pushing down here. So I'm not pushing down here, I'm just pushing down here because I want to get rid of that hump. So this part here is almost like, you know, gliding over, and this part is really rubbing against the frets. Ah, see that little block fell off? Like I said, I gotta be careful. Okay, I put it in the right place. I wonder if I can use also some tape. So I got 5 people watching, not too many. Okay. It is what it is. Yeah, I don't know why this isn't getting more popular. It's been over a year. I mean, people watch unboxing videos, but not so much educational videos. Or maybe people just want to pay for the services and not know how it's done. I don't know. Of course, even if you learn how it's done, you really can't expect people to be able to do this at home, right? They don't have all the equipment. So I just read somewhere on a forum that as a mosquito, I got him, that you shouldn't use a radius leveling beam for whatever reason, that it should all be done with a straight beam. The explanations offered didn't make much sense to me. But yeah, this is what some people said on a guitar forum. Whatever. Different people will have different opinions, and that's okay. So there are some potential developments coming our way. One of them will affect the channels of Guitar Quackery in a positive way, developmentally. And it involves a person who is going to be, we're 99% sure, and those aren't my words, those are the words of the other person. We're going to be collaborators. So 99%. We just got to iron out 1%. And once we get that ironed out, then we're going to start collaborating, which means I'll be working on the other person's social media as well. And I'll be offering, I hope, valuable services that will boost the popularity of this truly undervalued artist that just needs some help. The right kind of help. And she will be helping me here with the channels in return. So I told her exactly what I need and why I need it. Well, so here's why. I have bad audience retention, which means that a lot of people, they start watching my videos and they just, first 30 seconds, lose 70% of my audience. And they're all mostly male. So I want to have a female audience. And I just told you, it's a she. So I want to use that situation now, right? I don't have all the answers how we're going to do it, but I have a lot of ideas for both, for me and for her. Now, I don't want to talk too much now because we haven't done anything yet, but I'm sure we will. I'm sure, 99% sure. So far it's been really good communication, and let's just hope that nothing happens that would prevent us from moving forward. Because the audience here, and I don't want to just talk about my channel, but I can't talk about her channel and social media too much because it's, not, I can't announce it yet. But I will once it's all announced properly. So she can help here for sure. In many ways. In many ways that, some ways that I have in my head, and in other ways that just, she will just do it. So she's a musician, And I need more of a female audience. There are so many female guitar players nowadays. How you doing? Oh, hi. Hi. No, I'm doing a live stream. Yeah, no problem. Did you want to ask me something quick, or are you together? You play together? Okay. Yeah.
I was away for 5 months,
Uh-huh.
and I think I just need my truss rod.
You need what?
It just doesn't make any
It
noise.
doesn't make any noise.
Yeah.
Truss rod.
So I can't help you right now. But is there a way you can contact me later?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be in the rehearsal until...
Right. But I want to tell you something. I don't just adjust the truss rod. I do like a full service. Yeah. So is that what you're looking to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. You are rehearsing till 11, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk then?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Let's do that. I'll be here late. Yeah. Friends, I hope not too late, because yeah, I hope not too late. I am trying to fix my sleep, all right? But I have a feeling I'll be here at 11 p.m. because that's kind of early for me. So I'm trying to fix my sleep. Last night I went to bed relatively early. It was still past midnight, but it wasn't 3:30 a.m. It was I forgot. So let me check, because my watch logs everything. You don't mind if I talk about my sleep, right? Let's see. So I have the health app, obviously. Oh, come on. Health app. Let me see. Where's sleep? Sleep. Okay. So what is that? Yesterday. That's yesterday. So what does this mean? Yeah. Over here. 1:30 a.m. I went. I'm not sure if this is focusing right. Maybe I should use the other camera. So let me put the switcher back on. The other camera, right there. This one's going to focus. So this here is 1 a.m. and then this is 2 a.m., right? So 1:30 I went to bed. And I slept 5 hours and 24 minutes. Still not enough. I woke up at 7:30-ish almost, 7:20-ish. Does it say if I... No, it doesn't tell me the exact time. Okay. But that's it, right? So I went to bed at 1:30 a.m. instead of 3:30 a.m. I'm going to try to do the same tonight. And I'm also trying to fix my eating disorder. I haven't eaten anything yet today. And I did go to Trader Joe's on my way here just to get some coconut water, just to fuel me for a little bit. And sometimes I have nuts here, but I ran out of them. I ate them all, I guess. Okay, so now I need to check the surfaces. It is hitting all the frets, but here in this section, I can see that the frets are still lower. It's hitting the tops. They are slightly over radiused. And here it's removing quite a lot of materials, especially from these 4 frets here. Now here it's hitting the frets. I don't really need to level off here too much. I just need to run these frets lower here. So I'll be pushing down here so that we achieve that. Okay, this camera. This camera isn't too good in terms of quality. It's a Osmo Pocket 3 gimbal camera. Yeah. I didn't tell the guy that he needs an appointment because he was with Cole Lumpkin, and Cole's a good guy. And, you know, sometimes, I mean, I do have a strict policy, but, you know, social lubricant is important too. I can't be too stiff. But yeah, when you're running a business, you got to be nice to people, right? And I'm always trying to be nice, but I'm always trying to gauge how people will interpret or misinterpret what I say. So he wanted me to look. I'll look, you know. Although I never look for free, right? I mean, a doctor doesn't examine anyone for free. Well, interestingly, because I was flexible once, I don't want to tell you. Not yet. I'll tell you some other time. I'm not happy about this. So these frets are losing a lot of height, but we don't want them to be higher than the other ones. I mean, this is taking off material from all the frets now, but because these here are over radiused, it's still not touching the frets here and here on the 2 sides. It's taking off from the tops. So I just need to push down while kind of like almost lifting this side, right? And I put in the thumbnail, no ink plaque. So I don't believe that a plaque machine can do a better job than this. Not yet. Okay. I've seen work come off plaque machines. So how do you know if a guitar has been plaqued? I've seen many brand new guitars that have been plaqued because I know which brands are plaqued. And I see what they do. Now, keep in mind, a factory level plec job isn't going to be the same as a high-end guitar shop level plec job. So a plec machine is just a machine. Now, who's using it and how they're using it? The settings on the machine, they matter. The maintenance of the machine. Is it really aligned, etc.? So I've seen some horrible plec jobs, and I've seen some fantastic ones, and some average ones. Average, actually, below what the average should be. And I'm not against plec machines. I would have one if somebody gave it to me. I wouldn't pay for one, but yeah. Yeah, but I would want to make sure that it's calibrated, that it's maintained, and that every guitar job is set up properly on the plec software, etc. But I've seen some people on YouTube put the guitar in the plec machine, then the plec machine does its scan, the reading, then they take the guitar out and put it back for the... No, it's not going to work like that, right? So you just misaligned it, right? But anyway, that's what I've seen. I can't remember which videos. I don't think I would want to link to those videos, point out. Anyway, I don't want to argue with people and their services. But yeah, in my opinion, when you put a guitar on a plec machine, or it's in the plec machine, right? And you run a scan, you can't move the guitar. Now, it's got to do its thing. So, if you leave your guitar, but it's like any service, if you leave the guitar for a plec service, you don't know how they're going to run it. And if they run it too hot, which I've seen, it overheats the frets. So I've seen brand new Gibson guitars with uneven frets. Why? If it's been plecked, right? Well, because if you run the cutting wheel too hot, you overheat the frets, and then if there's any spring, if they're slightly spring loaded, because they're probably going to be slightly over radius before they install them, well, and glued, right? Maybe you heat up the glue now, and it releases that fret, and it rises, and then no one checks it afterwards, right? Okay, let me assess. There's a slight neck twist as well. So it's hitting this part more than this part. So yeah, all right. I need to continue. Okay, this looks much better. There are a couple of spots here that are still low, and here obviously it remains high. I'm already removing the material, right? And when you use this little block here and this technique that I was explaining, you know, the radius beam doesn't shift. I think that was one of the concerns addressed online on that online forum. Well, you know, that you're going to over radius the frets, etc. Well, yeah, again, it's a tool, so now how do you use it? So here at the neck joint, because this is secure here, there is no way that I'm over radiusing the frets. There's no way that I'm shifting this. Here, let's say if it's shifting a little bit, I'm going to put a slightly smaller radius here, which means we're going to end up with a slight, very, very, very slight compound radius, which actually isn't bad, right? But I'm confident, you know, by feel that if it's shifting, it's not shifting that much. Now, I said there's this upcoming news about the collaboration with a collaborator. And that's one news. But simultaneously, I am also negotiating something with a company, major company, that actually has nothing to do with repair. But if it goes through, it will have to do with guitar building. With me building guitars. So I hope it happens, because that would be actually a really good thing. And I have a scheduled meeting with 2 top people of the company tomorrow at 11:30 a.m., which means I really don't want to stay too late, because I need my sleep. I need to wake up, get dressed on time, everything. It's going to be a Zoom call. A Zoom call from my office, not here. Yeah. This is almost good. And the building of the guitars has something to do with something else that isn't guitar repair, but is very much music and guitar related, which is part of the package that I'm discussing. And that is really something that I cannot discuss at all, because it involves a company, a corporation. But it's all my concept, and I can't really say more than this, except that I'm discussing something about that concept. And I don't want to jinx it. I don't believe in jinxing, but whatever. And I also don't want to say too much for, you know, because if I talk too much about it and then it doesn't happen, I mean, we don't have a done deal yet. It might not happen. Excuse me. Oh, my microphone. Then it's kind of stupid, right? If I said too much and then nothing happens. Okay, I think we're good with this leveling beam. And now it's time to switch to this one. I have 2 grits on it, and I can feel that this one is the coarse grit, and this one is the very fine one. And I don't think I'm gonna need this. I'm not gonna be putting a fall away on this guitar. It's just gonna be a straightforward thing now. Okay, so no fall away. And now I want to remove this. Okay. As you can see, I didn't even protect the guitar. I didn't really feel that it's crucial, because I know what I'm doing, and I've done it before. So now, we were putting scratches in this direction, right? And as you can see, now I am shifting towards a X pattern. So I'm removing those scratches and still leveling the frets slightly. Oh, by the way, this is one of those necks where I had to put a little tiny bit of a back bow here with a hump here, so that we get better results. Sometimes you need to do that. And now I'm going to finish it off. Still a little bit of an X pattern, right? X. But I want to finish it off going this way. So any scratches are going to be going in this direction. And those scratches now are microscopic. And then we'll do a full polish and buff. Now for the polishing, I am going to have to put something here to protect the guitar. So I'm looking at the reflections. I do see the scratches, right? So it's looks like brushed metal, right? So the scratches are just, you know, like I said, microscopic, right? But I need them to all go in this direction at this point. And I am hitting all the frets, right? There's no more red marker exposed. And at this point, I also want to take the fret rocker and check. I'm not expecting to find any uneven frets. See, and that's something that I believe most plec operators never do, is double check like this. Because if they did, I wouldn't be finding some of the uneven frets that I that I have found on plecked guitars. No, nothing. I mean, I really can't think of a way that this would end up with uneven frets when you have a straight machined beam going across all the frets at the same time. But I can imagine many scenarios where an individual pleck machine arm would be maybe not 100% aligned every time on every pass. That's not a mosquito here. Or the overheating that I was talking about. Everyone knows the feeling of a mosquito bothering you. So all I'm interested in right now is the finish of the frets. I'm not really leveling anymore. Just making sure no scratches are going in this direction. I have two light sources here. I can see the reflections very clearly. And because they're radius, I move my body so that I can move my head and eyes across the path. All right, light path. Oh man, that mosquito. Okay, I think this is good. Now I'm thinking, should I continue or should I take a break? I could take a break. We've been streaming for how long? Let me check here at the time. Oh, look at that. I got 14 people watching. Been streaming for 52 minutes and 59 seconds. 53 minutes now. Oh, it's empty. See, if I take a break, then I lose the audience. I don't know, friends, what do you think? Should I take a break or continue? Oh, Dr. Buddy Davies here. It's now morning here in Scotland, he says. Yeah. Well, I guess you got got up early. So, yeah, I have an audience now. So why don't I just continue? This way I don't lose the audience. You need to drink water. No, I have coconut water. That's good. Coconut water. And I drink water. That's really all I drink anyway, water and coconut water. Tea, coffee, which is water. Yeah. Tea, coffee, water. Well, first water, then coconut water, then coffee, and then tea, in that order of frequency. Yeah, let's do some crowning. So I got my crowning files right here. Why don't I just take them all out? I'll show you what I got. Well, these two are the traditional files, traditional hardened steel files. And these three are variations of StewMac Z files. And the traditional files remove more material quicker. So I think it's a mistake to use a diamond file, like a Z file, to do the bulk removal, the, you know, material right after leveling. It just depends how much you've leveled the frets, right? But here I removed a lot because the frets were so uneven. So in my opinion, even diamonds, it's not that you damage the diamonds, is you can overheat the file and the adhesive that's holding the diamonds together is going to overheat, and then you're going to lose some diamonds. So I think it's better to remove, to have a rough file and then finish with a fine file. That's what I think. And again, feel free to disagree, but that's what I think. All right, so we'll mark off the frets again in red. I know I shouldn't be doing this with my hand because now I'm putting oils, but it'll survive. And I don't feel that I really need to do this, but you know, I do it. Because even when I'm crowning, I can keep track of the material removal by looking at the reflection. But I guess this makes it easier. It looks better on video, although you don't get the close-ups this time. So which is better, black machine or neck jig? I don't think there's an answer to that question. I think the answer is, it depends who's using one or the other. For me to get a black machine right now would be quite a learning curve, right? Plus, I'm not buying one anyway, so. So, because I removed a lot of material here from here, these frets are, the flat surface on these frets is pretty wide. I'm going to have to spend more time crowning these than here in the middle, where I only removed a little bit of material. And it's more of a narrow, flat surface on top of the crown. Oh, sorry. I know someone's going to say, get some sleep. Is that the one I want to use? Maybe this one. Well, I'm just going to check on one. I am looking for the brush. Why am I not seeing it? It's not here. It's inside. That's another container. So I bought this on my way to work here today, because I try to do well, I had a bunch of emails to write, quite a few, and text messages, phone calls, just one phone call, and then I try to do some editing on a upcoming video for the main channel about Gibson warranty. So I might do that one next, or maybe another one, I don't know. Still needs some work. And then I looked at the time and said, there's no way that I'm going to finish this. So I just recorded a quick announcement video. I already had a pre-recorded intro, and I just did a quick announcement. And I forgot, in the announcement, I forgot to mention that the main channel now has a membership option. And I'm kind of glad that I forgot, because it's not membership ready yet, so you wouldn't get much for your much value in return for, you know, that kind of support. So I'm gonna announce the membership thing when the time comes. Maybe when I start this thing with my new partner, collaborator. That's not a partner. It's a difference, right? It's kind of like a partner, right? But yeah. I'm feeling sleepy now. Oh yeah, so I left the house and I realized, because I got up fairly early. You saw that, right? What did it say? 7:30 or 8:30? 7:30, right? And then I just started working and stuff, and I realized when I left the house, whoa, I didn't eat anything. So I went to get this, at least. I'll eat when I come back home. Yeah. And yeah. All of a sudden I'm feeling tired. All right. So let me see if this file is the better choice. Which side? This side? Let me check. And did I forget to bring the brush? This is what I... Yeah. Here's the brush. Oh, let me see if there are any comments. You deserve a break. Yeah. Well, the thing is that I am fortunate that I do what I like. So, I really love doing this. So, what else would I be doing with my time? Well, making videos, I guess. And that's my background. Although not really video making, but actually yes, video, but a different type of videos. Sorry. So I was recording a lot of bands back in the day, but that wasn't. So those were the videos, but also involved with animation and commercials, TV commercials, and that part of network TV. Do I have everything now? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this file is nice and sharp. So because the neck has a little bit of a twist, I removed more material from the base side of this fret and the first 3 frets. And it goes kind of diagonal. So now this will take away the twist from the frets, but not from the fingerboard. I almost made an announcement on Instagram, which I wanted to record with this other person, and she said, "Oh no, I don't want to jinx it," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I feel the same way. So let's just wait until we start." So there was another collaborator, potential collaborator, that hasn't called me back. I'm sure he's just busy. You know, sometimes people want to do things as in genuinely, and then life just happens around those dreams. But he's welcome to come here, and we'll do things together. And that is someone with a guitar channel locally here. Which doesn't tell you much. I guess quite a few guitar channels are from New York City. Oh, and I think I already kind of started planning something that I'm preparing some guitars to give away, because I got to empty that space. So it's always a challenge to pick the right recipient. So the last one was picked randomly, I guess. It wasn't planned. She just showed up, wanted to rent a guitar, not from me, but from them. And I overheard all that, and I just started talking to her. Oh yeah, she spoke French, so I heard the accent. No, she spoke English, but I heard the accent. So she wanted to rent one because she's only staying here for 6 months. And now she got a guitar for free, and now she's going to take it back to France. She says she never wants to give it away. It was just a Yamaha F335, which is a cheap guitar. Let me check. Yeah, I can feel the heat. So now, imagine the Plek machine running at full speed. It's going to overheat the fret. I almost feel like I need a break. And you know, these aren't regular live streams. I wish I had a monitor here to just read your comments. But I guess I would need another phone and run it like this to read them. But I'm using this phone for the switcher. Or I guess I could switch apps, but this app doesn't come on instantaneously when I need it. It's always like a few seconds of a delay. It's annoying. Yeah, what would happen if I were to run my live stream here? Let me check. I'm kind of curious. Oh, there you go. Look, it shows up as a suggested content on my main channel. Right? And now I gotta lower the sound. Let's see. I'll show you here. See, this is my main channel. Okay, you see the Guitar Quackery logo? Oh, it's running it. Let's see, it's running. Okay, so now, Grandpa Joe says, GQ, that's Guitar Quackery, right? You need protein to keep your brain going, not only liquid. I had sardines last night. That's the best fish. I don't know if you knew that. No, actually, anchovies. Yeah. So now, this is what happens. So if I want to switch to the other app, the switcher, this is how long it takes for the switcher, you see, to turn on. So it's a bit annoying. So now I'm going to switch back to the live stream. So I guess it would help if I had two phones. But let's try this, okay? I'm going to run it. And I'm going to read your comments. I mean, your chat messages. Where's the file? So, doctor, what's wrong with my brain? Huh? Yeah, so last week, I told you that, as in tomorrow, next day, I would be making an announcement for the collaborator. And I was on a FaceTime call with her, and I said, okay, let's record this for Instagram, because I kind of said that, right? And then she said, oh, no, I don't want to jinx it. Let's do it when I come back from a business trip. And, you know, I kind of said, yeah, you know, I kind of feel the same way. You know, it's just like, let's not. But it's going to be good. It's going to be more than good. And it's going to be more than what it appears to be at first glance. Because I am aware of what the appearance will be like at first glance. It's just that when you get to see what we're going to be doing, hopefully we'll be doing it, and hopefully we'll be doing some of the things that I have in mind. And this is going to take a while to put together, right? And it's going to take effort, you know, so, you know, sometimes life just happens. I mean, I could get swamped with work, or I don't know. You never know, right? But if all happens as planned, it's going to be more than what you will think at the beginning. So people have been telling me that my channel, or channels, I guess, deserve more viewers, and I get that. I honestly do, and I agree with it. So when I looked at her stuff, man, I felt exactly the same way. So, but her content needs to be organized better. So that's one of the issues that I think she needs to improve. and that's where I'm going to help. And I'm going to help with camera work and some other things as well, which I can't talk about right now. So that's how I feel like it's not always like fair. Life isn't fair, right? Some people who, let's say in the service industry, some plumbers make, do a shitty job and they make more money than some plumbers who do a great job. It's the way it is. And it's the same with YouTube viewers. Or not only YouTube. We're not just talking YouTube here. So, yeah. So what can you do to fix it? And sometimes all you need is a little extra help. And I've identified a situation where two people, so me and this other person, can use extra help that the other person can provide. So that's, yeah. So I was thinking of hiring someone for some of this extra help. And it didn't work out. I don't know. It's like people are flaky even when you offer money. It's like, so if they're flaky when you offer them money, clearly they're not going to be top performers on the job. Because here I'll be exchanging my time for her time, and time is really valuable. It's like people need to realize that they themselves need to value their own time. And a lot of people make that mistake. They think, oh, I'll save some money if I, just do some. No. Let's say if you can make $100 for 1 hour your work, just round numbers, right? And now you need to spend 2 hours doing something for someone so that you spend $100. No, you just wasted $100. But you also wasted your time. And you can't get that time back. But I'm telling you that here is different. It's worth my time. Oh, there are some comments. So, it says, welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide to our community guidelines. It's asking me to do that because Guitar Quackery is watching Guitar Quackery live for the first time. So I will agree. Oh, no, it just says learn more. Okay, fine. And then Dr. Buddy Davis says, couldn't agree more, Grandpa Joe. That I need liquids instead of protein? Yeah. No, like I said, I had sardines yesterday. That's protein. No. Dr. Mark says that's wrong, and he's an MD, about the protein. The brain needs sugar or ATP. The coconut water provides excellent source of sugar for ATP and the brain. So the coconut water has sugar? Because I avoid sugar. Really? I didn't know that. Maybe I should stop. Okay. More tea. What grit sandpaper is best to start a level with? And then how many finer grits are usual? Well, you can start a level with as rough as 320 p, right? 320 or 400. I usually started with 400, and I'll tell you why. Because I don't want to put deeper scratches than I need to into the frets, because then I need to remove the surrounding material. So, yeah, and I usually go up to 800 on that, and the 800 is going to become more like 1,000 grit because I keep using the same one, and the same with my 400 grit. So I start with 400 grit, but we don't know what it is really after I've used it a few times. And again, that's P400 grit. Now, if you feel that you need to remove a lot of material, you know, go for 320. It's going to save you time, but then, you know, go switch it over to 400 at some point. Hopefully, this helps you. And Dr. Buddy Davis says, fingers crossed for you tomorrow with your Zoom meeting. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I hope it all comes together. I hope so too. So if that thing comes together, a big part of it will have nothing to do with Guitar Quacker at all. It's just like a separate thing I'm doing, right? But the guitar building part, that will have to do with Guitar Quackery. And so now a corporation will be involved, right? So I need to make sure that if it happens, that they're okay with me making YouTube videos of me building the guitars. That was a spot here. Yeah, so, you know, if a corporation is involved, you know, there are a few people that are going to make decisions, top executives, lawyers, the legal team, etc. So people might have opinions about that. And, you know, if it's like that, I mean, I can't do anything. If we make a deal, which means they pay me for my ideas and everything, yeah, then I won't be able to make videos about those guitars. But we'll see what happens. But I think they will let me. Because I don't see how it's a conflict. But I will have to respect if they say no, okay? And I won't take it personally because it's just business. Yeah, you know, I'm obviously trying to do something outside of this. This is my hobby that also pays money, right? But there's only so much you can do financially with this work, which is why I turned my business into a YouTube channel. Oh, Dr. Mark. Doctor, you absolutely need sugar. Coconut water has naturally occurring sugar, around 6 grams per cup, which is the kind of sugar you require to avoid refined sugars, which you very well should avoid, which I very well am avoiding. I don't even have it in the house. Now, I used to be a sugar junkie, so, you know, it started in childhood. And then, you know, one day I realized got to stop that. So, and I watched some videos on YouTube. What happens if you stop eating sugar? And yeah, so one day I stopped eating sugar. But if you eat starch, it breaks down into sugar, right? Isn't that the same thing then, doctor? It just breaks down into sugar later in the digestive system. That's my understanding. So you see, I'm going to spend more time on these frets because these were really high. There was a little hump here. There still is a hump on the fingerboard itself, which made these frets higher. And we don't want these frets to be higher, right? Because you take this distance, which is about this, from the bridge. And now you can see that around the 8th fret, the strings might be hitting these frets here, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th fret, because you have a hump in the middle, which is where we all know the string vibrates the most. It's the amplitude. So even if you're not playing here, right before these high frets, it can affect the setup. So you might have to raise it more because of the hump here. But now we flatten this, so I feel better. Dr. Mark says, yes, doctor, you can stop eating sugar, and you should refine sugar. What? You can stop eating sugar, and you should refine sugar. Is that a typo? Sugar is in everything naturally occurring sugar, the kind you want. Vegetables even have sugar. Okay. Thank you. I think, you know, everything in moderation. Maybe I drink too much coconut water when I have 2 containers. I think this file for this one. This one is getting a little dull, that's the thing. Which means more friction, more heat. Yeah, I wonder if I should have 2 phones. Maybe I buy a cheap phone just for the switcher. Maybe that would work. So this month, I had to buy too many things, and I still need to buy some things. For YouTube. I also bought, don't tell anyone, a housewarming gift for my new partner. I hope she's not watching. But if she is, she's going to get a gift. I don't think she's watching because I know she's busy. And that's the thing I like, busy. also a workaholic just like me. Okay, so Dr. Mark says, I got in late on this live one. The customer is going to be absolutely pleased, I can tell already, with getting a manual fret radius and fret dressing worth every penny. Yeah, I agree with you, worth every penny. Now, what happens sometimes is I run out of my audio battery. So the battery indicator isn't here. So I need to check, right? Because if I run out, we're gonna lose audio. So let me check. Oh, I got plenty. So it's just a battery thing, maybe 80% even, right? Okay, so that's good. Should I have some more coconut water? So I can live on this, I guess. Oh no, my brain can, I guess. You need fats as well. The thing is, what kind of fats? Not the partially hydrogenated fats, not those. What does that even mean? Partially hydrogenated fats. Alright. I like this new system. I can read the chats, so we can interact. So I'm going to seriously consider getting another phone. I think I can get a cheap phone, right? That's just going to run the app for the switcher. What's the cheap phone called? Cheap iPhone? Or maybe it doesn't have to be an iPhone, right? And I know you can get used phones, but I kind of don't want to do that. But I wonder if I can have the app on two phones, or it's a paid app, right? Or do I need to buy another app license? It's not a subscription-based thing, so that's a good thing. I don't mind paying for two apps, for two licenses, because the developer worked for it, right? But I don't like subscriptions. Yeah, the world is moving towards you don't own anything, you just subscribe. And when you stop paying, they take it away. Dr. Mark says, absolutely, we need fats. Just like everything, we need naturally occurring fats. Correct, yeah. Anything naturally occurring in fat is fine. Anything man-made in fats is dangerous. Yeah. Eat any naturally occurring food. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So the worst fats are what they call vegetable oils. Yeah, and that's what they use in restaurants a lot, because they can heat them up to high temperatures without burning them, unlike extra virgin olive oil. So so they can cook quicker and charge more money. Yeah. So this file is a bit dull. It's a different radius. So it actually puts a finer finish on the frets. So this one is slightly larger radius, which means I can kind of round off the crowns like this, and it's still not hitting the top. Now sometimes it might appear as if it's hitting the top if you don't unclog the file, because what happens is the shavings then build up and they rub off the red marker. So and these files produce a different finish than diamond files. So I don't think I'll even use the diamond files. I often don't even use diamond files. So I'm to the point where there's only a very, very thin pinstripe left, you know, on top of the frets. I'm talking about the red marker. See, now because I'm reading the chats, I can't use the switcher like I explained before. So the reason why that app doesn't open instantaneously is because it needs to connect to the network, right? Because my switcher is on the network. So I don't think we can avoid that. Yeah, you know, the more I think, I like the idea of having a dedicated phone just for that. Because then I can also just keep the phone here, because I don't need to carry it with me. And that's like having a remote for the switcher, basically. And you know, it's only kind of cumbersome if I'm outside here with two phones. But on the workbench, I can have both of them on the workbench. I like that. In fact, that is how I should be doing the Ask a Tech videos, live streams. Instead of figuring out a way to put it on the monitor, the way I've been doing it, and then I lose all my previews, I like that. Sometimes people donate their phones because they don't really have much of a resale value. So they just list these phones on Craigslist, whatever. A friend of mine got a phone like that once. So maybe I'll check the listings. And no, I won't give them a free setup or whatever just because they gave me a free phone. Because that goes back to what we were talking about before. As just time is valuable. These corners are kind of sharp, stubby. Friends, I think we're done with the crowning. I gotta log on to Steve Cassidy. He's got a new channel, Casa de Guitar. I haven't been able to watch his live streams lately. Am I the only person with a rotary cell phone? My friend had one of those. I didn't know that existed. Well, he bought this module or whatever that you can install inside of a old-fashioned phone. And you can buy these things online. I mean, that was quite a few years ago, so I don't know if that still exists or works. But he installed batteries inside one of those. I'm not sure if it was a rotary or touch tone. One of those popular phones from the 80s or 70s, I guess. Well, they were AT&T phones or whatever, right? So he had one of those. And he could carry it around and make phone calls and receive phone calls. Hey. Yeah, I don't see the need for diamond files again. And the fret ends feel better. Here, this one. I do have fret end files, but if this radius matches the fret properly, it's the same thing in many cases. Okay. Dr. Jeffrey Boyle is in the house. Hello, doctor. Okay, so now I'm going to remove. You see now I need to switch apps, and that takes a while to load, like I showed you before. This is the tape. I need to remove whatever's left of the red marker. Yeah. I don't need this. I can take the files. I can take the marker. Yeah, what else? Am I missing something? No, I have everything. Okay, so let's get organized. How many viewers? 16 live viewers. Welcome to the channel, to Guitar Quackery Live. Ask me questions. You see, now you can ask me anything because it isn't a Ask a Tech segment. During the Ask a Tech segment, you can only ask me about the topic of the day. But I guess now you can ask me anything. Just don't ask me about the collaborators. Ask me about guitars. Okay. I have a few guitars here. Okay, I know you don't see them, but they're here. And this is acetone or alcohol. Okay, alcohol, acetone. Yeah. So Dr. Mark says, I so enjoy these late videos, doctor. Late meaning lately, I guess, right? Or late night. Or plus, I learned so much. It's so nice just to sit back and relax and unwind from my busy day. Sometimes unpleasant day. Yeah, I have unpleasant days too. I know exactly what you mean. I don't. Oh, this is what I want. I did this once, almost. So, I used to be a painter, and I was painting with watercolors, and I had one glass with some kind of drink. I don't know what I had. At the time, it could have been Coke. I was much younger. And the other glass just had water. They were the same glasses. And I was, dipping the brush, for the watercolors. You know how you do it, yeah? And I was drinking. I guess it was Coke, right? And, it kind of looks the same. So then I reached for the glass, looking at the whatever I was painting, and took a sip. And it wasn't the Coke glass. So I'm going to clean this thing first. You need to be very careful with acetone around guitars, regardless what finish they have. And yeah. So I hope kids don't try to do this at home, but I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, so we have this and this. And this. Let's clean the frets. Okay. I'm backing out like this because of the camera for YouTube. And that's why I don't want to keep it here, because that looks bad on camera. So maybe I should just switch to this camera and I don't need to worry about this. Or maybe I can just put it here somewhere. How about right here? All right. So I don't want to smear the red onto anything, so I can use this shield. Oh, hold on. I can just use a fret shield, even better. Yeah, I wouldn't think of that before. And I need to measure the scale length so that I know exactly which fret shield to use. So here, let's do that. 24 and 3/4. Okay, it's like an Epiphone. Yeah, so instead of this, I can just put the fret shield, and that's going to protect the surrounding area so that I don't smear the red onto the binding or onto the inlays or onto the wood. So what did we say? 24 and 3/4. All right, let's do that. So my fret shields are here, and those are Music Nomad fret shields. I didn't put those in the description. Okay, so Dr. Body Davies says, how do you determine the need for string trees and where to position them? Where to position the string trees? Well, the position, I usually just copy it off of the Fender guitar. So that's actually a really good question. We can talk about that. 24.75. Those are the fret shields. I have most of them. I don't have a Martin size. I don't have the PRS size. Next time I work on a PRS, I'll get the PRS size. How about that? Now, Martin guitars, they have different scale lengths. I guess there is sugar inside. I usually always read, yeah, total sugars 11 grams. I'll survive. Total carbs 11 grams. I'll survive. Total fats 0. Saturated fat 0. Cholesterol 0. Sodium 1% or 30 milligrams. Protein 0, but no added sugar. So you can buy coconut water with or without added sugar. And where does it say there's no added sugar? I already read that. So the ingredients is just coconut water, not from concentrate. Pasteurized. Shake well before using. I never do that. All right. So where were we? Okay. The acetone. Anything else we need? I don't think so. Let's switch. So you can put rubber bands to hold it. I don't really feel I need to do that for this procedure. Just cleaning. I wish I had something. Maybe I can put it here. Yeah, so if you did that now without the fret shield, you'd end up with a lot of red on the binding, inlays, on the fingerboard. So the acetone soaked through, right? It's got 24 frets. Is that it? No. No. I'm not a fan of 24 fret guitars. First, I mean, as a player, I personally rarely go there. But, you know, for the rare occasions you might need those frets, you compromise the sound because the neck pickup is then going to be closer to the bridge pickup because you can't put it anywhere. So, anywhere else. I'm also cleaning the fret shield now. Let me check my text messages because my phone is silenced. Just bear with me. 11 text messages. Oh, yes, 100%. Aha. So, okay. I'll tell you what this is. I met two really nice people about a month ago, maybe even 2 months ago. And I told one of them that I would like to give away a guitar to the other one. All right? And, but to keep it a secret. So I'll be doing a guitar giveaway within the next month with this one person. Or maybe they'll both come. I don't know. They live together. So, so that'll be a guitar giveaway. All right. And I like to do always something different when I do a guitar giveaway. So I still don't know if I should do it as a live stream. No, I do know. I want to do it as a live stream, recorded video, and then edited. So a segment from the live stream would be edited, and then other things would be recorded for the edited version, and then edited together into the edited version. And then I also want to do an Instagram post in the middle of the live stream and the recording. So all three. So I need to plan it out. So I can send a thumbs up as a, you know, I read your message. Yes, this would be very cool. It says actually this would be very cool. Yes, 100%. So I'm going to give thumbs up and thumbs up. It was sent as two separate messages. So, yeah, great. So we'll be in touch. Maybe you're watching. I don't know. One of them. I don't know. So, let's do that. You know, I bought a whole bunch of guitars to do these giveaways a few months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know. And I thought I was just going to do this quickly. And the whole thing dragged. And I'm stuck with these guitars now that I don't want or need or play. So I just want to do this. Just, it's like, this was part of my effort to promote the channel so that I get more viewers. But then, you know, if people are going to be signing up just to get guitars, those are not really the kind of viewers that I even want. I want people who, like you, who are just into the stuff and just want to see how it's done or want to learn. You know, that's what this channel is about, or actually the main channel. Or people who want unbiased opinions about products, guitars. not people who are just hoping to win a guitar, because those are not real subscribers anyway. Let me put this back. So I also wanted to organize giveaways here with music makers, with the studio, with their customers. So I thought, you know, I could do a thing where it promotes them and it promotes me. So we tried, and with the best of efforts, it ended up costing me a lot of time. And we just talked about this time is valuable, right? And money, additional money, because I had to print posters and and a lot of time. So I said, sorry, I really can't do it. And, you know, now I have the guitars. So I'm just going to do the giveaways randomly, I guess. Or like perhaps this one that I just reached out to one of the two people. So it's not going to be possible to keep it a secret, I guess, until the end, because they're going to both need to come here. So that one of them is going to be thinking, well, why are we going there, right? For what? So I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something. So here I have what's left, what I removed from the guitar, which is the bridge, the pickguard. This is maple on this side, and then, wow, it's a thick pickguard. All right. So this is the Ibanez truss rod cover. Oh, I guess it falls apart like this when there's no screw. Yeah, but it's that hinge thing. I guess that's practical, but I prefer to remove it. Okay, and then we have the old strings. It's missing one of the strings, and that, because we're gonna have to adjust the nut. But that's gonna happen after we polish the frets. And now I am kind of wondering if I should polish the frets now, or should I take a break, or just do it off camera? I don't know. I think 15 viewers, huh? I don't know, let me think. Oh, quite a lot of people. Careful, 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 careful. Yeah.
That's a sweet guitar.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that Ibanez?
Yes.
He said, get the fuck away.
It's, yeah. So, okay. Let's put it on the workbench before something happens. And now I can put this camera here. So the housewarming gift that I told you about, that I mentioned for my partner, is in full view now. You can actually see it. It's not exposed. It's in its box. It's just something. It's nothing like overwhelming, but it's something that I know that she will need. and use. Not only need, just use. Also use. Yeah? And that's going to hit the spot. It's going to be exactly what she needs. She has another one of those, but from what I've seen, different. So now I am thinking, because I want to document this whole gift giving, if it should happen here, or I'm actually thinking it could happen because I want to celebrate the partnership. So maybe we go to a restaurant or something, I don't know. So maybe there, and I'll just do a quick Instagram post, or maybe record and make a video for the main channel. I don't know, but it'll be recorded somewhere somehow. So I'm noticing, where's my cloth, cleaning cloth, polishing cloth. Too many guitars. I don't know where I put it. Now I'm kind of buried. There are a bunch of guitars here. Excuse me. I know the. Oh, there's still a camera outside. The other one. I'll get this. Yeah. And I guess I'll move the neck jig a little bit out of the way. People are making me nervous because, you know, when there's too many people. And the reason why I always have a guitar here is so that this isn't exposed. Because, right, that's vulnerable. So I'm going to put a guitar there. So the guitar that one of the guitars that I usually put there is this one. I know, too many red shirts, right? You know, it's kind of like I always wear the same shirt. It's not the same shirt. I have a few. And I do wash them. But it's part of the guitar quackery thing, right? Hold on. So in show business, and YouTube is show business, it's always a good idea to have a hook that people can just say in a few words, with few words, to explain who or what is, I guess, who is, in that case, the content creator, which is me. In this case, I'm talking about myself. So the phrase would be, who is the guitar quackery? So they could say a few things, right? So they could say, you know, the guy, the guitar guy that always wears the red shirt. So that's why I always wear red. Not always, but most of the times. Oh, yeah, I know that guy with the red shirt, right? Yeah, that's the guy. They could also say, you know, the guy with the microscope. So whatever they choose to say, it's fine by me, as long as they can say it quickly and easily. That's the point. So I always wear these red outfits, and that's the reason why. Occasionally I wear that black shirt, which is from the New York City Department of Guitar Maintenance and Repairs. See, now this is protected, like this fragile mechanism. So occasionally I wear the black shirt when I am speaking to you in my capacity as a guitar commissioner for the city of New York. And I guess my partner, no partner, will occasionally be wearing red. But, you know, she's something special, so she has her own outfits. It's not like Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams, who is going to be here on Saturday, by the way. We need to finish that guitar. It's been a minute. So Dr. Williams is something completely different. I really don't want to say too much about her because it's you know, personal, right? I don't want to talk about her without her permission. But what can I say without well, if you watch Guitar Quackery Live, you perhaps have seen her, right? We're fixing that guitar. So she's the guitar pathologist. I mean, we all know it's a parody, right? But the real story is different. So she doesn't work here, by the way. She's not employed here or anything like that. So first of all, she's a hard worker. And she really wanted to learn how to do these things. That's part of it. So whatever she's learning here are skills that she can monetize in the future, right? That won't be replaced by AI anytime soon. Yeah, so I could say that. She's in college. And again, I just appreciated some you know, sometimes people just do and say things that you can appreciate. So I decided to do that. That is going to help her. And she did a refret here, right? That's substantial. But we need to finish her guitar, because that whole thing evolved into a humongous project. We did a bridge reglue. Wow. Okay. So I guess we can polish the frets. Which method am I going to use? Why don't we use the appropriate method? So I just raised this pickup. I'm going to lower it again, because I want to put something here. So yeah, so Dr. Williams wears red, right? I bought that on the internet. Red scrubs. Okay, that goes with the theme, Guitar Quackery. And yeah, I'm very happy with her. So she'll be here on Saturday. Let me check the text message. Where is she? Right here. I have a customer. So this is my message to her. At 3 p.m. on Saturday, I should easily wrap up by 3:30 p.m. We could do anything anytime after that. And she said yes. Okay. and I said that we need to just confirm the time. So that's that. I'm thinking. So she wears red. I'm just going to put a piece of paper here. Or I have the thing from a 335. Maybe I can use that. This is a similar guitar. Okay, maybe. That should work. Is this a 335? Yeah. All right. Look at that. All right. Now I just put a little tape here. So I labeled this as part 1 of a level chrome polish. I titled this live stream. I don't think there's going to be a part 2. It's all going to be one part. 2 hours, 17 minutes already. Okay, I got to hurry here. So that's all I need, because I just don't want to be hitting the body here with the sandpaper. Just looking at the reflections. Yeah, fine. And now, because I have like these corners, well, not the actual corners of the frets, and I kind of already went over with a file, although they were not the fret end files. I don't really feel like I need to go over, maybe here a little bit only. Very lightly. Yeah, that does make a difference. So we're going to round off these things. Okay. It's going to have nice ball ends. This, by the way, is a great file. It's the Gurian file. They used to sell it through the StewMac website. At some point, it got discontinued, but I believe that All Parts is now selling it. Yeah, I can feel the difference. All right, that, and now we are going to turn the guitar around. Like I said, that gift is in full view. I can see it right there on the monitor. Can you guess what it is? I'll show you this file. That's the best fret end file. See how quick it can do the job? So today I met for the first time someone whom I've known of him for a long time, and he's known of me. And we exchanged some emails in the past, but I just met him for the first time. But I guess I can tell you who it was. So his name is Judd, and he is the grandson or something of the Manny's owner, Manny's Music in New York City. You know, that used to be one of the best music stores. That's where I bought all my guitars, by the way. So yeah, I met him for the first time. And he is very well connected. Not that I need his connections right now, but I'm just saying he's very well connected in the music industry. He knows everyone. All right. 12 people still watching. Okay. There are some new comments here. How do you determine it? Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. The need for string trees. Well, you need a sufficient break angle. But sometimes a string tree adds too much of a break angle. So the string can't move inside of the nut slot. That's how you determine if it needs it. Now, sometimes you have staggered tuners, and you don't need the string tree, but you do need to put extra winds on the G string, especially. Sometimes an extra wind on the D string on a Fender style headstock. So, I don't know if that answers your question, but you need sufficient break angle so that you don't have a situation where the string is loose inside of the string slot. Yeah. And sometimes that can be resolved simply by putting some extra winds, especially on the G string. Let's see what other comments we have. Determinado, okay. Furin 121. Where do you get those shirts from? I wouldn't mind getting a little shirt for my home shop. I got them through Etsy. And I forgot what the lady's name is that does these embroidery thing. So they're red cap shirts. Now, you're not talking about this shirt. It's just a dressy shirt, right? This is just, you know, my hands are now dirty. I don't want to wash. Yeah. Express store. This I bought at a store. So, but this is a red cap work shirt, and this lady has a lot of listings on Etsy for embroidery of work shirts. So you can't not find her if you look for that service there. Stacy or Ella or something like that. I don't know. So aficionado is here. Says, oh, you mean the guy who does the 3D scans of the guitars? Yeah, that too. This is going to be wonderful, having a sidekick. That's Dr. Mark. I'm sorry, when was this posted? Exactly what are you referring to? Sidekick. You mean... you mean working with a collaborator? I'm sorry, I'm just lost. And then HRH says, oh, how cool. A pad protection, is that for the guitar body? Yeah. I am loving that file handle. I'm going to get one for mine. For me, I guess. That handle, yeah. I'm going to put a link to this file. I think you can get it on Amazon through the all parts listing. Let me see. Let me do a search here on my... Oh. Hold on, I got the beach ball spinning. No, I don't have a link for this. So you're going to have to look on the All Parts website. So, but I need to show you something. There are two files that look almost the same from the distance. They're not the same. I'll show you both. Why is the switcher not working now? Something wrong? Now this one is not loading. Okay, so that's the microscope. So the file I'm talking about is this one. It's a quarter round file. Now the other one is just a regular crowning file. So not this. And that's also a good file, but it's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this file, quarter round, you see? So that is the file that you want for fret ends. Like that. So something's wrong with this Stream Deck here. It crashed, I guess. Hi. Crashed. I don't know why it crashed. Does the switcher here work? Yeah, it does. And what happens if I push this button? It's not switching. I don't know. I guess I need to restart the computer to make it work again. That's why it's good to have a backup. Yeah, so I'm going to start with sandpaper. That's 600 grit. That's fine. I'm just hitting the fret ends. So I'm doing this at an angle. Now, I'm going to be rewarding viewers of Guitar Quackery Live by explaining more about that entire collaboration thing. Because anyone that's watching this here on this channel is helping me out. So if the main viewers of the main channel, I also appreciate them, don't get me wrong, but if they want to find out more, well, they can by watching videos on this channel. But I have some ideas. Well, I had some ideas for this collaboration thing that have been buzzing through my mind. I just never found the person. And then the person just showed up one day. How about this camera angle? So I'm holding it this way. So I need to solve two things with my channels: audience retention and audience gender. I don't want to have just guys watching. There's like a whole female population that, you know, could be watching these. And I do have female viewers, I know I do, from the comments and from some other sources I know. But, you know, there's so many female guitar players now. It's not like in the 60s and 70s, right? Where it was really male dominated. There's even a lot of female guitar techs and luthiers. And why shouldn't there be? So yeah, I don't know why female audiences don't seem to be discovering this channel. So I think she'll help with that. And the other thing is, like I said, retention, audience retention. And that, you'll see what I mean. Hey. Okay, 800 grit. Come on, switch. All the way. Okay. But interestingly, I have very often female luthiers or people who want to be repair techs contact me for a job or internship. So somehow they discover me. In fact, most people who ever contact me for internships or jobs are female, I noticed. That's interesting. So, training someone is, well, a costly thing. And then, I don't even know if they're going to stick around. And because Guitar Quackery is the smallest shop in town, where would that person fit? Yeah. And not to mention that Guitar Quackery is not really just a repair shop like it used to be. It's a YouTube studio with a repair shop. So I gotta think of those priorities now. And the luthiers, or, you know, candidates for technicians that are contacting me, they're not contacting me for YouTube. They want to be working on guitars. So, yeah. So here, I'm going to run these pads, but just at a 45-degree angle, or whatever, at an angle. So I'll run them on this side first. So here, these frets here are not seated all the way. This one is. This one is. Well, what can I do? There's a little gap. I mean, I could do something, but it's not in the budget. And I didn't notice it before. And we're already pushing this budget. I know, more than the person thought. But I don't attempt to do a setup when the frets are as uneven as these were. I'm doing all this at an angle because all I'm doing now is polishing and buffing those ball ends of the frets. We'll do the fret polish after I'm done with the sides. All right, let's turn around and do the other side. Same thing, just on the other side. Where's the thing? Here. So, one thing that I guess I can tell you is that on the main channel, I have, hold on, parts of my videos are recorded here at the shop, and parts of the videos are recorded studio shots, right? With a green screen, so you get that black background with a Guitar Quackery logo. So that's me talking, right? And narrating. So I think that once we start working together, some of them will be her talking, and some of them will be us together talking. I don't have everything scripted just yet. It just depends on. So for those, I guess she should be wearing red. You see, I didn't think of that. Now I'm thinking. I got to think about that. Well, she can't be wearing green because we're using a green screen. And I already told her that if she needs to use a green screen for her content, just to let me know, right? So that's what I'm talking about, collaboration. I'd like to do more location recordings outside of here, outside of the studio. But, you know, that takes time. All right, so let's see. What am I going to use? I mean, which size? I'm just going to take a guess. Maybe this size. That's probably a good number 3. Let's 3 plus. Hold on. Could be this one. Okay. So now, where are those sandpaper strips? And I'm still kind of experimenting with these grits just to determine what really needs to be used. So I'm gonna start with let's see what results I get with this one. Oh, that's 400. Do I need to go that low? 600. Let's see. I'll know after 1 fret, I think. Well, it's good, but I think maybe I do need to start with 400. Yeah, because that's gonna hit every part of the crown. Okay, so I'll go up the fingerboard with a P400 first. And that's the beauty of the system. You start with a certain grit, like in this case P400, but by the time you end it, it becomes a finer grit. Mm-hmm. I still see a little file mark here on the side. So I'm just going to go over this fret again on this, kind of hitting the side more. Yeah, and then the other side. Good. So this is going to take a minute. I used to protect the fingerboard when I started using this system. Now I'm just being very careful. I don't recommend if you use this system. I know they now sell these things. There's a couple of companies that make these things now. I learned this from Ken Parker from his website. So the other two companies, I'm not seeing that they're crediting anyone. So from Ken Parker's, I'm sorry, not website, but YouTube channel. So if you use this system, I don't recommend that you start without, taping off the two sides of the frets. Just get used to working with this first. All right. I'm just going to continue like this. So it's very repetitive. I don't think I need to show more close-ups of the same. Two hours, 49 minutes, and 57 seconds already streaming. Yeah, fretwork takes time. I think there were a few comments, right? Is this working now? It's not working. What happened? How about if I unplug it and where's it plugged into? Oh, no, I can't mess this underneath the bench. I'm gonna have to investigate why the switcher isn't working, or the Stream Deck. It's kind of bothering me that it's not working. Let me see. Oh, I have 13 viewers. Let me read some comments here. Okay. Well, there's quite a few comments. Around Etsy, yeah. Furin 121. I dig around Etsy, yeah. And then Dr. Mark says, yes, your collaborator, doctor. I'm sorry for not fully qualifying my comment. I'm sorry, is there a typo? Yes, your collaborator, doctor. I'm sorry for not fully qualifying your comment. HRH says, all parts website copy Fiverr on this one, that doctor. I will shop after the show for sure. Okay. And then Furin 121 says, I always start at 320 grit, then 400, then 6, then 1500, and finish with steel wool. Maybe excessive, but it works for me. HRH says to Furin, I would love to get a Guitar Quackery letters style jacket he wears too. The collar. Okay. You know, yeah, you've been asking, and you know, people have been asking me about the jacket, even like people. I wrote to the company, yeah, and they did not write back. I said, can I make a template so that people can just upload the template and order the same one? So what happened? I need to follow up with that. Yeah. So thank you for reminding me. I will follow up. Then I finish off with some fine polish. HRH, I agree. Nice and simple, but that's my favorite look. HRH says, Doctor, the Fender Custom Shop with 6100 Dunlop Jumbo and wide. I don't know, those are frets? I think biggest they make has room for many dressings. I sure wish it was on your bench. I have divots at cowboy cords. Radius is 2 off as well, yeah. Sorry. I think I'm going to take a break after this pass so that I can finish it off camera. I'm going to take a break. I need maybe a nap or something. And then I'll finish it. The customer wants to pick it up tomorrow. So I've been thinking a lot lately about the whole collaborator idea. And I've had times in the past when I was thinking a lot about it. But like I said, I was looking for the person. Okay, people are unreliable and all that. Now with this one, we had a call for 11:45 a.m. and that's exactly when my phone rang at that time. So it was a FaceTime call, so we did FaceTime. So, and then next day, or was it 2 days later, I guess, we had more to talk about, so she wanted to talk more, and I wanted to talk more, and also on time. The emails are really professional. So I don't see that there would be a glitch in communication, because the communication is actually so good. And communication is key. Lack of communication or miscommunication just kills things. So if you don't have good communication, it's hard to get things done when two people try to work together. I'm charging my phone, which is my switcher now, because the other one doesn't work. Oh, did I tell you the other day Debbie Harry was here? That's the day of the guitar giveaway. She was rehearsing with a new band. And she told me that Clem died. I think that's what I heard her say from Blondie, right? So I didn't even know that. And I said that I would call someone, but I forgot. Someone else from the band. I've seen Blondie a few times. So she said that they were just jamming. So I don't know what that means. I figured if she wasn't volunteering information, I didn't want to ask too much, because I was wondering if they're preparing for rehearsing. So I just asked her, so you're rehearsing here now? And she said, no, we were just jamming. So whatever that meant, I don't know. We'll see. All right. Now we can move on to this grid. Or can I skip? 600. Yeah, I can skip 600 because I went 400, and you know that becomes a finer grid. I'll do 800. Let's see. Yeah. And then after this one, I will be buffing. Then something weird happened. So Debbie Harry was here, and I didn't do anything on YouTube. And then 2 days later, when I went on YouTube, she just showed up as a short, as a suggestion. Where's the connection here? So sometimes I feel that these devices are just spying on us all the time. Because, you know, how did YouTube just figure out that there was... I don't know. I don't like these coincidences. And I just bought for the first time now these earbuds, they're called. Is that what they called? These things for the ears. I don't like them. I think I'll return. They are falling out. I actually bought them for the meeting because I thought we're going to have to do FaceTime, maybe outdoor or something. I even posted an Instagram video right after I bought them from the Apple Store. So maybe I should post an Instagram video of me returning them because I don't like them. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, you can see in the video it falls out of my ear. So I was thinking, maybe I use them to, on my bike to ride, listen to some music or podcast or something. I kind of like to do that because I spend 2 hours on the bike every day, 1 hour each way. And they have the more expensive ones with the silicone thing, and I think those will not fall out. But they are $80 more or something. And I hate Apple. So they, intentionally make a product that's just not good so they can buy the one that's more expensive. All right, I'm just quiet because it's been like 3 hours of live streaming. I ran out of things to say, I guess. Let me read some comments. Yes, doctor, a 20-minute power nap does wonders. I do this during the day as well. I do it whenever I can. And sometimes I do it because my body just collapses after a late night and only a few hours of sleep. I fell asleep on the workbench a few times during live streams. And once I remember, now vague on the details, I was, I guess, narrating my dreams. And I don't know what I was dreaming, but I said something about the horny guys are coming or something like that. So now you know my dreams. So if I'm standing, I guess I'm safe. I'm not going to fall asleep. But sometimes I sit when I do this. Definitely when I use the buffing wheel. Then there's always a chance I'm going to fall asleep. So another thing that I would like to do more of is some kind of musical thing. And I was thinking of putting maybe some cameras inside there. Or, I don't know. Again, buying more equipment. Let me first monetize this channel so that when people play replays, that ads play, okay? And then we'll buy more equipment for this channel. And I already bought some more equipment for the channel just this week. Little things and medium things I bought. Okay, we're done with this. All right, we're getting there, kids. Are we there yet? Soon. Okay. Are we there yet? Soon. Put these away. We have this. And I bought a new set because these are, well, especially this one that I'm using most of the time is like this in pieces already. So this is for some other time. So I guess I'm doing the whole thing on camera, after all. 24.75, that's the one. Okay. It's not a perfect match for the fret shield. I guess this is a metric scale length. Close enough. I think I'm going to buy a new case for the phone. This one is kind of falling apart. All right. Yeah. All right. So now we pause this machine so I can remove some residue from here. So I'm actually going to have to rethink how I record my videos for the main channel because of the introduction of a new concept and all. And I really need to think this through because if this is going to be happening soon, I got to be ready for that. Friends, I ran out of things to say. I don't know what to talk about anymore. I feel like I talked about everything. And this is now almost finished. I'm not going to do the setup on camera. I got to file the nut, reinstall the nut, file down the nut, do the setup. So I'll do the nut with the old strings on. So these threads are already shiny. Shinier than steel wool, obviously. And that's simply because this is a finer grit than steel wool. So we have these here to finish. I think maybe I finish this pass and then I do the rest of the polishing off camera. Because I do kind of want to take a short break. I think that's one of the difficult things about doing these live streams is that I can't just take breaks. I did break up live streams, you know, with fretwork in the past into 3 parts: level, part 1, then part 2 crown, and then part 3 polish. But here I had an audience going, so now quite a few of them left. And I can't blame them. So when I was first thinking about doing live streaming, I didn't want to do it on the main channel. I was thinking, should I do it on the main channel or not? So I decided to do this separate channel. I'm glad I did, right? Because otherwise my content would have gotten buried with all these live stream, archived live streams. So yeah, I think that was the right decision. Okay, friends. For whatever reason, there's an area here that's looks a bit off. Oh, I think I hit it like this, yeah. Okay. Yeah, now it's all good. All right, friends, I think I'm gonna take a break now and finish everything later. 7 viewers left. So thank you very much for your patience. Yeah, later, Doc. Yeah. I'm going to take a short break. I need a short break, and then I'll finish the polishing. I've done it so many times on the channel. There's plenty to watch for those who want to learn, right? But I feel like I'm not good company right now because my energy level is just low. So I'm going to go. All right. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.